Guys, welcome back to MLB The Show 21. This is the ball player road to the show mode. Yeah. Just started. No changing in settings or anything. So, yeah, let's just get into it. Ooh.
Carlos, you lived that in your baseball career. What's this world like?
Oh, it's extremely exciting. You know that if you perform, you will get the call.
Cinematic.
Story here. JP, what are you hearing? I'm checking the numbers, I'm talking to my sources, my scouts, and they're all telling me, hey, this could actually work.
Most of us mere mortals, when we were that age, we were barely chewing gum and walking at the same time, let alone playing the hardest game there is.
Let's see if he's pumping up mentally here to adapt. That's what good players do.
That dream of getting the big leagues is now becoming reality with that one phone call.
The Marlins.
Continuing our MLB Draft Day 2 wrap-up coverage, back to the prospect that we mentioned before the break. There was some surprise, even some criticism of the front office over how early he went off the board. Jonathan Mayo, what do you think of this pick?
Man, I don't think any of us saw this one coming. This definitely feels like a reach to me. I had him more as a day 3 kind of guy. There was a split camp. A lot of scouts disagreed whether he's better as a pitcher or better as a hitter. I'm guessing the team felt that he's got potential on both sides of the ball, and maybe that adds some value to him. But this made me scratch my head a little bit for sure.
All right, Jonathan Mayo, thanks. What about you, Jim Callis? Was this a head-scratcher or the reach of the draft, as some of the other analysts have suggested?
Yeah, I talked to somebody with the team, and they're excited to get this guy. This is a guy they really want. And the 2 points the club made to me were, one, this whole debate, is he a hitter, is he a pitcher, what are you going to do with him? There was a lot of confusion. This team isn't confused. This team feels like he's got very good potential as a hitter and as a pitcher. They may even try to play in both ways. And they felt like there were a couple other teams that were starting to sniff around this guy. And, this isn't the NFL or NBA draft where you can trade down to get a guy you want. If you want a guy, you have to take him because there's no trades. And they felt like if they didn't take him where they did, somebody else was going to get them, and they just absolutely did not want that to happen.
Jim Callis, we appreciate the time. Thanks.
A minor league manager checks in with one of his players to discuss a launch plan for the young man's development.
Do I need a... I don't know if it matters or not what position I play for upgrading the badges thingy. I want to play in the outfield.
Rolling along with the podcast and back on the prospect who's divided the scouting community, I am opposed to this belief that he went too high. I really think he could be a steal here. This is a guy who's got so much development left to do. He's got so much potential. And I think all the scouts who are down on him think, oh, he's not a finished product. We don't know what he is. That, to me, could be a good thing. He can hit. He can field. He can pitch. There is so much untapped potential so far for this guy. I'm excited to see what he becomes. And certainly as he gets started actually playing, actually being in games, we're going to be able to talk to some other folks who get a better read on him and see what they think. I'm excited for that. And frankly, I'm going to have my eye on him for a while.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, so it goes off of your ball player, okay? So since I chose center field, I want to have the center fielder guy. Okay. So my goal is to have my creative player be catcher. Can I make a new one? Yeah, I want to start new.
With the MLB draft already underway, a young prospect shares his expectations with a former coach.
Can I now skip it? I can't skip cutscenes?
Carlos, you lived that in your baseball career. What's this world like?
Oh, it's extremely exciting. You know
I
that
can't
if you
skip it?
perform, you will get the call.
We've got a developing story here. JP, what are you hearing?
I'm checking the numbers.
Why
I'm
can't you
talking to my
skip?
sources and my scouts, and they're all telling me, hey, this could actually work.
Most of us mere mortals, when we were that age, we were barely chewing gum and walking at the same time, let alone playing the hardest game there is.
Let's see if he's pumping up mentally here to adapt. That's what good players do.
That dream of getting the big leagues is now becoming reality with that one phone call.
Continuing our MLB Draft Day 2 wrap-up coverage, back to the prospect.
Oh, there we go.
A minor league manager checks in with one of his players to discuss a launch plan
Ball guy.
for the young man's development.
Rolling along with the podcast.
Okay, I want to work on my catcher things.
A player receives a check-in from one of his coaches.
I think four seam should definitely be my first pitch. Got changeup. I think this should be a slider. Oh, having a slurve would be pretty cool. Let's go with a slurve. Should I go circle change? We'll go four seam circle change, slurve. So we're gonna make a catcher. This one's gonna be my pitcher. Oh, oops. Alright, I got that set up. So got my catcher.
The game's future stars are on display as minor league baseball comes your way on the show. Opening night here in this brand new season between the Biloxi Shuckers and the Now into the box, Chris Barnes. First pitch of the AB now. Stung into the gap in right center for what should be extra bases.
Let's go.
Running hard, he's digging for second. And they'll keep it going here as he's in with a double. And that right there was his first double-A base hit. I would imagine he's got to feel pretty good about that.
I'm sure he does, Matt. A lot of guys never get to double-A baseball, and even though this isn't the end goal for him, it's always nice to get on the stat sheet as you move up through the minors.
Only play will be to the pitcher covering, and the runner will advance to third now.
Come on, baby.
So now into the box is Eduardo Garcia, trying to bring in the tying run from third here.
Oh, come on now, dog.
And now they'll like
Come on now, dog.
base hit to get that runner home.
Gotta be quicker than that.
Digging in will be Gabe Lieber. Potential tying run for him at third base. Swing and
oh my.
to right. There it goes.
He was all over it.
And this ball is gone. No chance to make a play on that one. Next to hit, Zach Remillard worked a walk his first time up. Runners off for second. That's a strike to throw down. And he is out at second. Caught stealing into the box. Chris Barnes. He's in to get things going here in inning number 5.
Offense needs to get going right here. You want to try and tighten up this game a little bit before it starts.
That was a pretty cool thing, like, for catchers. You follow the ball.
Next, it'll be Chris Barnes. He flew out in his last AB. First offering. Swing, and there it goes. Deep to left field. And it's gone.
Ba booey.
Now to bat, Jared Ono. He went deep to the tune of a 3-run job his last time up. In there, now the throw. And he'll be tagged out at second
I'm goated.
base. Trying to get into scoring position, but instead the inning is over. Ready to take his hacks again. Chris Barnes blasted a 2-run homer in his last at-bat. No balls and a strike to count. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And it's 1-1. Well, this one's been a bit of a head-scratcher despite their home run production today.
Yeah, Matty B, this is one of those that you kind of scratch your head and you go, wow, you hit the ball all the ballpark, but still not enough offense. It just goes to show you this sport is still, D-Row, all about pitching.
It is. It begins and ends on that bump right there. And there's just so many facets to the game. Defense, base running. It's just not the team that hits the most home runs.
He sprinted for that ball.
11-5, the final tally in this one. The Birmingham Barons led this game from the 3rd inning on.
You can access your statistics and work by visiting the My Player menu in the home menu.
His first of the year, Zach Brown only completed 2 innings and is charged with the loss. So that's a wrap for us here tonight. For my partners in the booth, Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. And for more, click over to theshow.com. Welcome to MLB The Show, and this ready now is Chris Barnes.
I just love how fast the game loads.
Including a home run in last night's game. And this is taken outside for ball 1.
The offense better get it going right here because they certainly can tell from their dugout. This guy is carrying himself with a presence out on the mound. He's got feel for
a diving effort here as he gets a glove on it. Oh, and he overshoots his first baseman as it's over his head. And now, oh, this ball's going to wind up out of play. And a big mistake there. So the next to bat will be Corey Ray. 0 for 1 here in the early going. And a fastball misses there, ball 4. Next will be the designated hitter, Bryce Terang. He went down on strikes in his last at-bat.
And he can't allow the same thing to happen in this situation. This is a big-time spot in this game. He's got to find a way to put the ball in play.
Got him swinging on the fastball there. Bryce Terang goes down for the first out here in inning number 3. That's lifted the other way out to left. Catch made in left. Here comes the runner for the plate. And a relay home. And he will score on the sacrifice fly as he's in with our first tally of the ball game.
Obviously, he's hoping for more up there with the bases loaded, but you can't be too upset with a sac fly.
Ready with the payoff pitch. Hard hit towards center.
Come on, come on, come on,
Reynolds
come on.
will get there, and he puts it away to retire the side. Stepping up is Chris Barnes. Swing and a chopper to the left side. Reined in. And the 5th inning will start with a ground out, 1 away.
Does playing on a higher difficulty do anything?
Next to stand in is Zach Remillard. And they're runners at the corners now. Pitches a cold strike. The throw. It skips in and he's safe. Close play, but he's in there. Next, it'll be Chris Barnes, grounded out in his last at-bat. From the stretch. Possible go-ahead runs on first, 1 away. Swing and a ball hit out toward right center. Right fielder giving chase. He tracks it down and makes the play to record the 2nd out. Now it'll be Chris Barnes. Flew out last time up.
The catcher, Chris.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. Swung on and hit in the air to left. Livingston gets there for the catch, and that ends the inning. 3-2 the finish in tonight's game. The Biloxi Shuckers came through late, taking the lead in the 8th to secure the victory. Jesus Castillo,
Yeah, I don't think it really has a difference.
out of the pen, his first. Angel Perdomo hammers down the save. Dan, please.
It's not counting stats. Yeah, it's not counting stats at all. Maybe if I go back in, it'll count them. Maybe this part doesn't count at all.
We hear all the time from people around the game that Double-A is where you start to see the breaking balls that are really set apart from what you've seen before. That can be a big challenge for a young hitter.
Absolutely, and I think, you know, when you think back to, you know, some of the pitchers that I faced, some of the guys that you face in the big leagues for 5, 6, 10 years, you're thinking, man, I saw him somewhere. Yeah, it was Double-A, because when you see most prospects of any organization, they pretty much go to Double-A just to get themselves over that hump and get ready for the league.
You had a breakout season at the Double-A level yourself. What was it about you that enabled you to have that kind of campaign?
I was very confident, and I thought, you know, if the confidence could just stay with me consistently, which is very hard to do at any level of baseball because it's a game of failure, I just try to be consistent every night, whether it was, you know, defensively, offensively, you know, just bring something to the table. Go home with something where you felt good, and I didn't have to think about that game when I went to sleep.
A Double-A hitting coach touches base with a new arrival to the team.
Okay, well, I'll play one more series, and if I don't...
Minor League Baseball is live and on the air on the show. Tonight, the first of this 3-game weekend series between the Birmingham Barons. We've got baseball on the show. Drew Rasmussen gets the ball for the open. Striding forward now is the DH, Chris Barnes.
Designated hitter, Chris.
And he connects with it. This one's hit deep out to left center field. Around first, he's digging for second, but that'll hit off the wall in left center. And he'll reach second now with one away.
That's what happens when a slider doesn't do what you want it to do. That was just one of those cement mixers, kind of just spinning but doing nothing. Nice job of punishing that pitch and picking up 2 bags on 1 swing.
And the slider gets him swinging, 2 gone. So here is Rodney Lynn trying here to plate the tying run from second. Here's the 0-2. Lifted in the air out to right.
Score, score, come on, score.
Collado gets under it and makes the catch to end the inning. To the plate now is the designated hitter, Chris Barnes. He doubled his last time up.
Yeah, he jumped all over that first pitch last time up. Interested to see if he has the same approach this AB.
0-1 the count. From the belt, the pitch. Little too much bite on the slider that time, taken outside. In the dirt here. Good job there as the count goes to 1-2. From the belt, kicks and deals. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Won't commit on the slider. Good patience, and it's full 3-2.
Not a bad time right here to put that runner in motion. 3-2 count. You send the runner, and if it's a bad pitch, it's ball 4.
Swing and a liner. That's in another base hit. He's 2 for 2.
Now's a good time for your pitcher to take a deep breath. He still has the lead, although it probably doesn't feel like it. So he can't worry about how he got into this mess. He just has to figure out how to get out of this mess.
3-0. And he won't even have to take the bat off its moorings. A 4-pitch walk here. And now in the box, Rodney Lynn trying to bring in the tying run from third here. And this is swung on and missed. Oh, a huge punch out there as the bases remain loaded with 2 away now. So stepping in is Eduardo Garcia. Potential tying run for him at third base. Oh, and it misses. Ball 4, and that will force home a run. So now here is Jace Peterson. He was a double play victim last time around. Swinging a ground ball to third.
Wow, that got through.
And that's through into left, a base hit. 1 run is scored. The run scores from second. It's now 3-1.
Hey, even though we're in the middle of this one here.
Now at the plate, Chris Barnes singled in his last at-bat. First pitch of the AB now. This one's down to third. And a sliding try, but it's through. A base hit. 1 run scores. The runner from second crosses the plate. Now a 5-3 game.
Let's go.
It has to feel good as a hitter, D-Roy. You get that base hit to give your team the lead. You have to feel good when you get down to first base.
Yeah, it's just a nice approach. You see him turn to his boys right there and get fired up with the dugout. 100%, not trying to do too much.
Meanwhile, this ball gets down. It's a base hit. And no sense risking anything here as the bases will be loaded now with still nobody out. Up next, Rodney Lynn struck out in his last trip to the plate.
In order to play at this level, you got to have unbelievable hand-eye coordination. And that pitch wasn't even in the zone, and he was able to get perfect wood on that baseball.
So the lineup flips over, and digging in, Eduardo Garcia.
Shortstop, Eduardo Garcia.
Liner towards second, but this is hauled in by the second baseman. Next up, Jace Peterson, 8th batter of the inning now with the bases loaded and 2 away. Hit on the ground to third.
Come on, come on.
On to first, and that'll do it as they manage to not let this inning get out of hand. So now to the plate, Chris Barnes. He's got 3 hits, including a double to this point. Throws in time, and that's out number 1. This evening's game comes to an end, 5-4 the final tally. The Shuckers used a nice 5th inning to take the lead, and they never gave it back. Drew Rasmussen gets the win on the mound, his first of the year. Angel Perdomo closes the door for the save, his second. So that'll put a wrap on things here this evening. For my partners Dan Plesac and Mark DeRosa, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a special presentation of MLB The Show.
All right, first game is a
Follow
pitcher.
us on Twitter. The game's future stars are... Now to the plate, here is Luis Martinez. And we are set for baseball here this evening. Fellas, you take a look at our standing ball club as they come into this one tonight. They come in just trying to get their feet wet here in this new campaign as they've split their first 4 ball games.
Yeah, Matty, the first game of any series is super important. You have a chance to set the tone, whether it's 3-game set or a 4-game set. You take the first one, you put that other team on their heels.
And he will pull into second with a leadoff double.
Now that is the way you want to start a game on the road. He comes out swinging and stands at second as the first base runner of the night. Now we'll see if his teammates can pick him up and if they can punch first.
And he'll look at a fastball just off the black, and it's even at 1. Hit on the ground to third. He's got it. And a good throw gets him 1 gone. So next to bat will be Gavin Sheets. First appearance for him here with the leadoff man still at second and 1 gone now. The 1-0 home.
That's a pretty tough spot for him to deal with in the first inning. Runner in scoring position already, and now he's got the 3-hitter salivating in a good hitter's count.
Taking all the way, it's 3-1 now.
You maybe get 2 pitches a game where all the guesswork goes out the window. This is certainly that situation.
And that misses ball 4, so it's first and second now with only 1 away. Walter Stewart comes on with 1 gone here as he looks at a called strike 1. And that misses 1-1.
I wonder if that call not going his way right there has anything to do with walking the last guy. We all know umpires don't give you much on the corners if you're not throwing strikes consistently.
Now to the plate, Evan Scope. He's back in the starting lineup for this one after sitting out last night's game. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Slurve swung on and missed there. It's 1-1. Fastball called strike 1-2. Now a changeup, but it misses just a little below the zone.
Now 2-2. This is the pitch where
we'll have to press pause as that strike 3 to retire the side. Second inning set to go, and standing in the outfielder, Nick Livingston.
I don't think it activates your thing either. There's definitely bugs with Road to the Show.
2 quick strikes, and now the 0-2. And he takes strike 3 called on the fastball, 1 gone. Next, here is Zach Remillard. Ran the circle change in on him, a ball and no strikes. And he takes a cold strike 1. No score here as we play inning number 2. Now a ball lined to the right side. A leap here, but it ticks off his glove. And there's out number 2. And now here is Ramon Russell. He'll work on keeping this top of the second alive. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Boy, an Reagan-era fastball that time, mid-80s, but it's called strike 1. Now a ball rolled softly to second. Fielded cleanly. They'll whip this one to first in time, and that ends the inning. And now Adam Dickinson. He'll start things out here in a tie ball game.
I love everything this pitcher's got working right now. He's got presence. He's got great body language on the mound. He's got fastball command and a nice early feel for his off-speed stuff.
High in the air down the right field line. Here comes another 0-2. Shallow center. Chasing after it is Ray. He can't get there as it falls in. To plate now, Luis Martinez. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball one. He doubled to open up the ball game. Here's a weakly hit fly ball off to the left side. In there, a base hit.
Hey, 2 runners on after back-to-back singles right there. They are in prime position to put the first run on the board right here.
Danny Collado in now, as he'll follow one into the dirt and come up empty for the first strike. And he misses here with a slurve, even at 1-1. Dickinson at second. Martinez on at first with nobody out. Struck him out.
Well, that call looked like it was a little in the pitcher's favor, but it wasn't outrageous. Hey, listen, calling balls and strikes is a really tough job, and even the best are going to miss some from time to time, especially when they're sort of borderline like that last one. Not sure the hitter would want to hear that, though.
Gavin Sheets will stand in for the second time now as he looks at a called strike. It's 0-1. Missed low and inside with it. 1-1. As a look, now the pitch. Swung on and hit in the air to left. Hummel will get there with ease as he puts it away for out number 2. So here's the cleanup hitter, Walter Stewart. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Out in front of it, strike 1. Breaking ball below the zone. That's ball 1. And it's 1-2. Now a fastball, but that's easy to lay off, and it's back to even at 2-2.
I know he missed with a...
Got him looking, and that'll do it. The inning is over. All set for the start of the 4th. And now it'll be the catcher, Evan Skog. Swing and a ball hard hit toward deep right. He'll put it away without much trouble, and the leadoff man is retired here in the 4th. He's set. Here it comes. Nick Livingston is the batter now as he looks at a ball 1-0. Still all zeros in the run column here in the 4th inning. Dan, does this continue, or does somebody score here?
Oh, you have to let, you know, Matt, we have so many of these games that are 12-10 and 9-8. It's nice to see a low-scoring pitcher's duel for once.
And he'll step on first for the out. 3 unassisted. Behind on that one. Now behind in the count. 0-1. Now here it comes. That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. Both clubs with 3 hits in the ballgame. Fly ball out toward right field. He's under it, and that ends the inning. So they breeze through this half of the inning. Ramon Russell is in for his second plate appearance as he looks at a ball that's 1-0.
This has to be the worst umpire I've ever seen.
Line drive to center field, and a base hit, so the leadoff man is aboard.
Heck of a job by the batter right there. You would have thought he bought himself a fastball, but gets an off-speed pitch, doesn't try and do too much, and drives it for a base hit.
Adam Dickinson is in for the second time here as he looks at one outside. It's 1-0. Russell gets his lead at first, nobody out. And this one's over at the knees, 2-1. Tried to crush that ball, and now perhaps needs to shorten up with 2 strikes. Working for the punch out and the offering. And this one's in the dirt. And a heads-up play to get back to first as he wisely hadn't gotten too far from the bag. First pitch coming. Here it is. Luis Martinez is in for the 3rd time now as he takes a called strike. It's 0-1.
I know it's cliche and it's tired at times, but a well-located fastball down at the knees is still the best pitch in the game.
Pitch is popped up. Wilson shading to his right. 2 down. Runner at first with 2 gone, and that brings in Danny Collado. And that misses for ball 1. Grounded down the 3rd baseline. Oh, look at the sliding stop, and give it up on a phenomenal play to retire. Ball all set for the start of the inning. And here comes the first baseman, Gavin Sheets. Strike one to start the at-bat. Oh, and you talk about a pitcher getting the benefit of the doubt. That's low, but called a strike anyway. Nothing in two now. Lifted in the air to shallow center field. Coming in is Ray. He gets there to make the play for the first out of the inning. Digging in, the switch hitter, Walter Stewart. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. Ball one to start the at-bat. Boy, in a mid-80s fastball that time, but it's a called strike 1-1. Hit the target, but this is low, 2-1. Now he spins on one here and drives it to deep right field. And, oh, he missed a home run by a matter of feet. It's off the wall. Not in time, and he's in there with a double.
So up until this point, they've had to fight and scratch for every single thing, but he puts a good swing on this one and nearly knocks it out of the park. So we'll see if it's contagious, and his partner can pick him up right here.
1-1 the count now. From the belt, the pitch. Count is 1-2 now. Rounded weakly to the left. And boy, just about overshot his man at first, but he's able to keep a foot on the bag over there, and that's out number 2. Digging in next, Nick Livingston, runner in scoring position with Sugan. First offering. He's set. The 0-1. And he misses with it, 1-1. Popped up. Bermundo has a play. He hauls it in, and the potential go-ahead run will not come around to score. At the plate now is Zach Remillard. And guys, 7th inning already. Hey, I'm not complaining, but this one's been flying by.
Yeah, I'll agree with that, Ned. That's what you get when both starting pitchers have it working. Neither of them have been nibbling around the strike zone at all, and they've trusted their defense to make the plays, and they've done just that.
Yeah, and it's resulted in a game that could really go either way in these late innings. Now the first pitch. Ramon Russell.
Dude.
Stays in for the third time now as he takes a look at a ball. It's 1-0. Line to the right side.
This is the worst umpire I've ever seen. That is a blatant strike.
A boatload of hits, but they haven't been able to chase a runner home.
And that's just another base.
Did we win? No.
They left 12 men on base. For the Barons, no runs, 7 hits, no errors. They left 9 runners on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Welcome to MLB The Show and this presentation of minor league baseball. Tonight, stepping in next, Chris Barnes. As the young two-way player steps in to take his cuts, let's take stock. He's mainly behind the plate as a catcher, but he's spending some time on the mound. How does that mix play out?
Well, this is an interesting development. You see one thing when you're catching, you're looking out at the entire field, and then when you're out there on the mound, you're looking directly in at the catcher. I'm not sure how long he's going to be able to pull this two-way thing off. Sooner or later, I think he's going to have to concentrate on 1, being on the mound, or 2, calling pitches and being a full-time catcher.
Now at the plate is Ozzie Negrete. He went hitless last night in a game where his guys could push across only 1 score. And he misses with it, ball 4, so that'll load the bases, and now he's really going to need to get a ground ball. So next to hit is Joe Gray. And a swing and a miss on a huge first out there as he sets him down swinging with the bases loaded. Next to dig in, Rodney Lynn. And that misses. Ball 4. A run will come in to score. So the batting order turns over now and set to go Corey Ray. He bounced out last time up.
Yeah, Matty, expect this pitcher to try and get the same result as his last at bat right here. The double play is in order. Anything on the ground, the way this defense is.
Now at the plate, here is Chris Barnes. He doubled his last time up. Tried to check it. And
I tried to swing. Oh my god, it didn't swing all the way. I was all over that.
A bouncer up the middle. That gets through, and he'll reach base again on his second base hit of the game.
There's a hard hit ground ball. Pitcher not able to get a glove on it. Hard single up the middle.
Yeah, watch your lips right there, Dad. Sent it back right where it came from.
Soft liner toward first. And that is into right field. A base hit. He'll hold at second, and there are 2 aboard now. Next up is Joe Gray. 0 for 1 here in the early going. And he got him. Minimizing the damage at just a run. The inning is over. Bottom of the 6th inning now. And striding forward, the designated hitter, Chris Barnes. A changeup floats outside here for ball 1.
Pitcher wants to have a quick inning right here. Capitalize on the momentum his batters have.
Down the line and fair. That's a hit. And this will find the wall deep in the corner. And he is into second with a double, his 3rd hit of the night.
No doubt about it. He was looking fastball all the way there, and that's exactly what he got. Got the barrel out front and just blasted it down the line for an extra base hit. Nobody out, runner in scoring position.
I wasn't even paying attention.
Opportunity here.
Here's the 0-1. Hit the other way out toward right field. And that's taken in straight away right.
Really so boring.
Striding in is Joe Gray. The base knock to the outfield could score the tying run.
I might eventually just turn off base running.
Hit hard to the right side.
Boring.
And that'll get on through into right field for a base hit. The throw home. And they're not going to get him. He's in there at the plate.
Hey, that pitch was nasty right there. He couldn't have done anything.
And stepping in, Chris Barnes. And to start out the inning, it looks like they've decided to stick with the same reliever out there, Dan.
They have, Matt. I think the way he pitched the last inning kind of inspired that. But it's not uncommon for relief pitchers to have troubles after they sit and watch their guys swing the bat a bit. We'll see if he stays as sharp as he was before.
Throw is not in time, and a great job of legging that out as now the go-ahead run is on base to lead off the inning.
Now batting.
Next to hit is Ozzie Negrete. He enters this at-bat 1 for 2 with a walk. And he misses with it, ball 4, so the potential go-ahead run moves into scoring position now. Now into the box, Joe Gray. He delivered an RBI single in his last trip.
Yeah, and they take another single right here. That third base coach is dying to wave his arms. I wouldn't be surprised if anything hit hard through the infield. He's going to wave him.
On to first, but not in time as he's in there ahead of the throw. So now into the box is Rodney Lynn. He's got runners at the corners here with only 1 gone. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Softly hit down to third. Likely no shot at 2. To second for 1. On to first as they get the double play. Stepping in once again is Chris Barnes. And he's got a chance to bring in the winning run. Question is whether they'll even pitch to him. Here's the first pitch. Drilled to the left side. And this is through into left, and there's your possible winning run aboard on the leadoff single. And the winning run is across the score.
Let's go. I went 5 for 5 and got the walk-off run.
Well, that at-bat shows clearer than anything that some guys, they have that clutch gene, and some guys just don't. He brings home the winning run from second and is being absolutely mobbed by his teammates. What a finish.
Tight one, 7-6, the final score tonight. Alejandro Castro.
Let's go. 5 for 5, got 2 doubles.
And please.
Oh, it counted that one.
It's actually happening. The organization has decided to try him as both a position player and as a pitcher. They're really trying it here at the AA level. Jonathan Mayo of MLB Pipeline is with me. Jonathan, do you think this can work?
I mean, can it work, Ben? Yeah, of course it can work. It hasn't worked all too often. There are more and more teams who are trying to make it work. Most of these guys as amateurs were two-way players. You know, they don't specialize usually until later on, and often they choose one or the other. You see more and more teams really making an effort to let players do both, to see maybe one jumps to the foreground on its own organically. It's awfully hard just because of the amount of work that you have to put in to excel either as a hitter and position player or as a pitcher. Naturally, some work is going to be taken away from one or the other if you're splitting your focus, and that's why we haven't seen it too often. Guys have to be tremendous athletically to be able to do both. The work ethic has to be off the charts. It's happened a couple of times at the major league level, but it's few and far between. So I'm really interested to see if it's going to work out in this case.
A prospect receives a check-in from his agent. He wants to make sure his client's career is being
989 Sports, hey!
suits the young man's goals and ambitions.
Alright, did it actually count the stats? Because we got a choice pack. Oh, yep, it did. Started counting the stuff.
Savannah's going to take you to work tomorrow,
Okay.
but I'll be back in time to pick you up.
Alright, what was the packs? How do I open that pack? Oh, my packs. Okay. I get a fielding 3, fielding 4, fielding 5, fielding. And blocking. Decreases plate vision. Well, plate vision doesn't matter at all. I say that one. Yep, those two. For sure. Oh, you get stuff for each one. Okay. Well, I pitched and they didn't give me my stats. Actually, no, oh, I remember. It's because it didn't switch my loadout. Alright, well, that'll do it for this episode, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.